Hello and welcome to my new moon in Leo tarot reading for August of 2023. It is a beautiful sunny day here in Cincinnati. It is just hot, gorgeous, perfect Leo energy as we tune in. I just feel a lot of magic, and I believe it's because we're coming on the tail end of the Lionsgate portal, which is all about the alignment of the sun with Sirius, with Orion, with Earth. And we have just been blasted with an incredible vortex of light and consciousness and wisdom. And now here we are with the Leo, new moon in Leo, energy to set intentions, to say, okay, we've had all of these activations. We've had these downloads, whether we're aware of them or not. They have come into the consciousness of our planet. And here we are. What do we do? What intentions do we set? What new beginnings are ready for us? And how do we align with them and begin them? How do we begin the beginnings? And so we're going to pull some cards today. I'm going to do 3 cards and then dive into them a little more. Let me just see what time we're at. We'll go about hopefully 20 minutes. And then I will do an extended reading, and I will create a new moon meditation for the energy I feel right now. So there's a lot of good magic that is being created in this space, and by watching it, you're bringing your energy into the container with us. So you are part of this field of consciousness, even if you're just on the other side of a screen watching it days, months, years from now. You're already in the energy of this moment right now. Wow. Things are definitely shifting. I don't normally say all that. I might as well say, like, the archangels are here. I feel like, well, my cat Jade is sitting next to us. She's been just working so hard over the last couple of weeks with me, and she sleeps in a chair like the princess that she is, and I sit here with the video camera and do all the physical manifestation of what she and I co-create. So yeah, she's doing her part. I am going to use the Lightseers Tarot deck. If you're not familiar with it, it's my latest fun. And I'm going to pull 3 cards. We're going to do one for the individual now, one for the collective now, and then one for the highest possibilities for this next lunar cycle that we are beginning. So I suggest you read the astrology and tune in. There's a conjunction with Black Moon Lilith, a conjunction with Venus, and a conjunction with Uranus. Some shit's going to go down in this new moon energy. So you might want to do a little diving in to see how it could impact you and your charts. And also, you might be completely oblivious to it. I doubt it, though. If you're watching a tarot reading, an energy reading, you probably are fully aware of what's happening. So hold on. Here we go. All right, 3 cards. The individual now. Oh my God, I am so over this card. You guys, how many times do we have to pull this card? I feel like we are in a freaking holding pattern. All right, we'll see what new interpretation we have. I looked at my notes from last time. I was like, please don't let us get the 5 of Pentacles again. And we did. I'm so over it. Oh, collective now. The Knight of Cups. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, there's hope. When we put those next to each other, it's a little different story. And then the highest possibilities for the next lunar cycle. Yes! Oh. See if you can see it like I just did. So here you are, sitting home alone, so sad. Poor me. Oh, what's on the other side of the door? The Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups. And he says, hey, beautiful, do you want to go on an adventure with me? Should we do something wild and magical and fun? And they have a party. Something amazing happens. Oh, that's such a good story when you see it that way. Okay, that changes this a little bit. So, oh, and all I can hear in my head is my friend Amy Lee is launching this new beautiful concept called erogetics, and it's all about accessing the divine masculine within us. And I feel like she would see this reading and she would say, yeah, he's the divine masculine for this sad woman who's sitting here thinking there isn't any, and when the 2 of them get together and play, they're going to have a party. So if I remember, and I will make my best to remember, I will put the link to her masterclass in my description so you can tune into that. If you immediately feel in your body like, yes, I need to know more, I'll put the description so that you can tune in. But there's more than that in this message. Okay, Five of Pentacles. Look at it again. I don't even know how many times have we had this card recently. Like, I feel like it's been 5, 6. Five of Pentacles. What do you notice in the card today? What colors jump out at you the most? Where is your attention drawn? What do you see? What do you feel? What do I feel when I see this today? I'm going to look at it through a new lens. It's funny because all I can hear is the same old story. It's the same. The story is like, the door's closed, I'm locked out, I'm here by myself, nobody sees me. I mean, part of me is like, is this my story? Sort of, but it's not. How would I connect it? I feel like I'm having a whole experience right now, and you just get to watch what's happening inside of my body. My face is flushed, my body's like, what? What would I say when I see it? I don't want to see it with that, though. I just want to look at it by itself. And you'd have to look at the past videos to see how many times I've looked at this card. And I think that really is the message. The message is, how many times are you going to look at the same story? How many times are you going to repeat the same pattern and live the same reality over and over again? So what's coming to mind is, I can't remember which gene key it is now, but there's one of the gene keys. Richard Rudd talks about how we come around in a loop. We repeat the same patterns. Like a record player, it goes in the same groove unless it's guided into a next groove, and then it'll eventually make its way through the whole record and it'll finish. But sometimes, you know how a record would get stuck? I mean, I'm talking to older people now, records, although I think the younger generation likes the vintage records. Records were all we had for a while. There wasn't anything else. Spotify is like, oh, but records would get stuck, and it would play the same sound over and over and over again because it hadn't made its way to the next loop or the next continuation of the song. And so it would skip. It would just the same thing. Richard Rudd in Gene Keys talks about how we live life that way. We have the same comfortable flow and pattern and routine, and we do the thing over and over again. And sometimes our awareness, our consciousness opens just a little bit. And when it does that, we're invited to see that there's a new song, a new record, a new reality. We can see that there's something beyond what we are currently playing out over and over and over again. And when that little moment of opportunity happens, we can either take advantage of it and step into that next evolution, or we stay in the same comfortable loop and keep doing it over and over again. When we have that moment of awareness, we get to choose, I think maybe some subconsciously often. It's not like we're looking at our lives, we're like, a door opened. A door opened, go through the door. It's like we feel the same way, we do the same things, we have the same conversations, we spend time with the same people, and then all of a sudden we're like, let's go to a new restaurant tonight. Let's call those people we haven't seen in a while. Do you want to go and do this new workout? We change something. And in that impulse to change, our whole system shifts, and then we create a new routine. And I believe for the majority of humans, the routine is the routine is the routine until we die, and then that was the life. And maybe there's a few variations, but there's no big leaps. There's no big quantum shifts that show us, whoa, I didn't know life could be so happy, so full, so exciting. I didn't know my mind could create in this way, that my heart could feel in this way, that my body was strong like this. I didn't know, because I was doing the same thing over and over and over again. It was the same routine. And I feel like this card is, today at least, this month in Leo, is really emphasizing to me, through me, to all of us, don't keep doing the same thing. You're in a groove that is keeping you believing and repeating the same cycle. Change it, shift it, do something different. So what examples be? Well, it's a new moon in Leo. So the new moon in Leo would be set a new beginning, set an intention, start something, which is get yourself out of the loop, start something different. I'm merging a whole bunch of astrology and experiences all at the same time. So I'm just trusting the message is coming through and you're receiving what you need to, because there's a lot pinging all at the same moment. In the Lionsgate portal that just completed on Saturday, today's Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. In the Lionsgate portal that completed, I believe light codes, energy consciousness was dropped into the consciousness of Gaia and therefore into humans. And we have these new potential ideas, sparks, awakenings inside of us. So like we have the answers already. We have the vision of the new life, the new routine, the new friends, the new whatever. We have that feeling, that potential inside of us. It's all of that light was brought into the DNA, the wiring, the neurons, the parts of the body that communicate with each other. We absorb that light, that new energy in, and then it sits inside of us, and it's dormant, it's quiet, it's waiting. It's just waiting until a message like this comes through that says, hey, are you still doing the same thing? Are we still having the same message? Have you shown up here for this video and it looks like it's the same video? It might be, but it's not. It's not the same video, because on the other side of the door is a different card. It's a different reality. It's a different experience. You think you're getting the same message. You think it's the same story, but on the other side, it's totally something else. So here's where the same message is going to be said, but you will receive it, if you're ready, in a different way. The message of this card is, through my interpretation, how long do you want to sit here in the same reality, doing the same thing, waiting for the door to be opened for you? How long do you want to believe that the door is locked or closed, that you don't have access to the key that's sitting right by the door? How long do you want to ignore the spotlight, the Leo spotlight that's on the door saying it's your door? There's no one else in the room. It's your door. Get up and open it. Get up, stand up, walk through the door. My friend Alicia, she would sing like that in the middle of a message. I normally would not. She has a song called Walk Your Way On Through. Stunningly beautiful. And it's all about, I can't do it for you. I cannot pick you. I mean, I could pick you up and carry you through the door, but you would just get up, eventually come back into what's comfortable and familiar. I can't do this for you. You have to walk your way on through the door. You have to stand up when you're ready and choose to see that there's a door, walk towards it, open it, and see what's on the other side. What's beautiful is this card came through. That's what's on the other side. So it is, right? Is it helpful for us when we know what's on the other side of the door and we know it's not going to be a terrible experience or some surprise that we don't want to be part of? When we know what's on the other side of the door is good, does that make it easier to get up and go to the door? Yes. Yes. When we're told, so sometimes in my work, I'll share this. In my work, I read energy, and so I'm able to tap into what Richard Rudd also calls the morpho-energetic field. So I believe there's this constant field of energy, of information, of consciousness that exists that's as real as the air around us. So you can't see the air, but you know you're breathing it because you're still breathing. You can't see the sound waves that are moving, but you can hear it because my voice is going into the microphone, which is connected to the cord, which is connected to the video. The music is playing from a speaker over there that my ears are here. So there's some sound waves that are moving. There's particles of information that are moving in the air, but you can't see them. Consciousness is the same. Energy is the same. There's information, encyclopedias upon encyclopedias, all of the Akashic records, wisdom, like information is accessible just like air is breathable. But it's a trust in playing with that field of energy and a confidence that builds up over time because you're consistently validated in what you see and feel and hear happening, coming into physical form. Like the confidence builds the trust, builds the confidence, builds the trust, and soon, I call myself an energy reader because evidence has proven that it works and it's amazing, and I can feel and see the results in my life and the lives of those around me. Point of all this is to say, I do sessions with women who are pregnant or wanting to get pregnant, and they communicate their desires for coming to the human realm, and they tell me why they're called here, what they want to experience and co-create. And then the mother and the father are offered this view into who they're going to be co-creating with in their reality as mom, dad, baby. And it's so beautiful. So I'm trying to think why I went down that path now. I was talking, that's what I was going to tell you. So when I look at this card and I say, is it easier when you know what's on the other side of the door? I will tell you, is it easier when a new mom and dad know a little about the baby that they're going to be raising? Does it entice them or invite them to make that agreement when they can feel this? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. When we're given a view of something that's extraordinary, that's beyond beautiful, that just shows us, oh my God, do we want to walk through that door? Yes, we do. So maybe that's what helps you when you get this message. Again, Viv showing up for a new moon reading, pulling the Five of Pentacles again. If I get it again next month, oh my God. But here we are getting the same card for the individual now. You're getting the same message, but you are different. The consciousness on our planet is different. The light codes that have come in through the Lionsgate portal from Sirius are different. The field of energy of humanity and Gaia is different. It's a new moment. So you have a new potential. Listen to this and hear it the same way you always have. And I love you, and you will be okay. And you will still be sitting here whenever this card shows up the next time. And that's okay. But the highest possibilities are this. So, which looks like more fun? I mean, this is fun. It is. It's fun to sit and be in the like it is fun. I've done it. I still do it. I'm like, poor me, it's so sad and terrible and like, yeah, and this is what's coming. This is what's coming. This is like a celebration of being alive. Excitement at the party that is life on earth. Creating the party, bringing the music, tambourines. When last did any of us, unless you're a music teacher, hold a tambourine in our hands? Like, bring out the tambourines, people. Let's have a little more fun. All right, I gotta go. It's 12:20. We gotta move on this reading. I tend to go way over. All right. This is the current individual now. This is the collective now. So what do you notice when you look at this card? Collective now. This is the moment that we are in as a collective humanity. So what would I tell you? I would say we are being romanced, not romanticized. We are being romanced by consciousness right now. It's exactly what I'm doing to you. It's exactly what I'm doing to you. I'm saying, yes, I see you. You're sitting here, and let me tell you the magic that is available all around you. Collective humanity is being romanced, being reminded, being deliciously teased awake. We're being shown as a collective group of 8 billion of us. We're being shown like life can be beautiful. Life can be filled with love. This is the rebirth of the heart that's happening in the Venus retrograde cycle that we're in right now. It's like, can your heart wake back up? Can you feel the beauty of this human realm and the magic of your choice to be part of the collective humanity? Can you remember that there is freedom, the horse, freedom, that there's adventure, a little picnic happening here. The relaxed pose of this guy, there's no rush. I'm still going to be sitting here. Life is still going to be amazing. Humans. We're preparing for a party. Like, it's good. It's good. Can you remember the magic? That's what's happening collectively. And it's really scary for a lot of us. We sit here and we're like, told me that before. I got burned. I got screwed over. Had my heart broken. Someone let me down. There was no freedom. The romance flopped. Like, picnic, adventure. All I'm doing is working. Like, this is not human realm life that I want. This is why I sit here by myself, because it's just easier when I open up to this. Right? So here's the current individual and collective. So we have highest possibilities for the next lunar cycle. What do you notice? What is the card? The Four of Wands. Oops, sorry. What do you notice as you look at this card? How do you feel? What colors really show the most for you? Where's your attention drawn? Like, what do you want to focus on? The people, the music, the tent in the background, the colors of the card? Like, what's grabbing you when you see this card? The movement of the bodies. So I'm going to say it as clearly as I'm hearing it. Let me put it that way. I'm going to say it as clearly as I'm hearing it in my receiving of wisdom from my guides, my soul, from the energy field that is all around us. We are in a time right now, souls in human bodies on earth in Gaia. We are in a time of transition that is tangible, it's feelable. This shift that is happening with humanity is rocking us physically, emotionally, mentally. It's squeezing us tighter. We're feeling the contraction of something is changing. There's not enough time. There's not enough resources. There's not enough money. There's not enough people. There's too much of the pressure. Everything feels like this. It's just so intense. And in this intensity, we are being offered again and again moments of clarification. What do you want? What do you desire? How do you want to be? How do you want to live? Are you going to choose to focus on fear, or are you going to choose to focus on love and creation and communication and connection and community? Wellness. What are you choosing to focus on? Because the more that you focus on the thing, the more powerful that thing becomes. So if you keep focusing on fear and lack of time and intensity and lack of resources, you're going to increase what you are focusing on, and it's going to keep contracting you tighter, tighter, tighter. Until you just have to surrender. Either through health, you'll get sick. Through exhaustion, you'll just lay down and sleep for a day or two and not move because you're just overwhelmed. Your nervous system is fried. Or grief, anger, you'll just have this like, I can't anymore. I can't even, no more. And in that, there's a release of energy, a purging of energy, a shift, a shift. It's this. In that moment where everything is just like, and you surrender, you finally realize that life is good, and you've been in this experience of life being so hard and suffering and struggle, and you remember that there's this collective opportunity of a different way of living life. You breathe, you exhale, you lay down and look at the ceiling and your mind gets to rest, or you walk outside and you look at the blue sky and you see the trees and you start to feel that, oh my God, the beauty of this moment. How did I forget? How did I get so caught up in believing that this was all that there was until there was nothing and I had to lay down and give up for a moment? How did I arrive there? It's a waking up, coming to again. It's like when you sort of numb out while you're driving or you're walking and you're on your phone, you're not paying attention, and then you like step on a street and a car comes and honks their horn at you and you suddenly come back into awareness. You're like, oh my God, what did I do? I almost killed myself walking across the street. Like you have an aha. For many of us, that's what's going to have to happen to bring us, that's not the right card, it's going to bring us out of this and into this. It's a sudden jarring ourselves back into full awareness. Like, whoa, I've been sleepwalking for a while. And when we have that, we're going to like remember, life is nice. It's good. For a moment right now, I actually feel sort of happy. Oh, I can breathe. My heart is peaceful for a moment. Oh, what was that? That's what we will feel. When will that happen? I don't know. It could be today, next week, next month. It could be December. It could be January. It could be when Pluto moves into Aquarius next year. It could be next March, April, May. Like, I don't know. But it's going to happen. If you are in the same story, living the same loop, that moment will happen and it will jar you awake. And when it happens, the invitation, whenever it happens, is to remember how beautiful life can be. So for those of us, and this message is coming through also for us to be aware of those around us and to hold space for those around us who are in the same loop and just can't get out of it yet. The squeeze is a necessary part for their experience, so the aha is more dramatic. So when they have the aha, they're like, I'll never forget this. I'll never forget this moment. And the intensity brought the activation and the release. So you can't make someone have an aha sooner than they're ready for it. You can't make them come to if they're focused like this all the time. It has to be their own individual experience. So if you're watching this now and you're like, I'm already good. I'm already in this. I'm living the bliss. I don't need this message. You may need the message as a reminder for those around you. So have more compassion. Allow people their experience. Live your life without telling other people how they should live their life. I make these videos and I share them and I'm like, do what you need to do with it. I'm going to finish this video and I'm going to go hang out and play and have a beautiful day and live my life. I'm not going to sit here and worry and agonize and make sure that you have everything you need so you can have your awakening. This is your life. And I'm here living my life. But we have these moments of opportunity where we come together and I deliver a frequency, a message, and whoa, if you're ready, you receive it. And it's the same for me. I get to go to other videos and places and experiences and conversations and someone says something of, oh my gosh, I hadn't thought of that in that way in a long time. Thank you for that. That's beautiful. I'm going to bring that into my current awareness and it's going to shift my reality. We're all doing this for each other. We're all pinging each other into more and more awakeness. It's like billions of alarm clocks are all, we don't have alarm clocks anymore. Billions of phones are all having alarms go off at different times. And each of us are hearing it in different moments, and it awakens another memory inside of us. It's the most beautiful time right now. It's the most incredible shift that's happening in humanity, and that's what I feel this card is showing us. This card is saying, do you want the highest possibilities for the next lunar cycle? Have you already now got the message, like me, got the memo? No more sitting here moping, because on the other side of the door is this incredibly romantic, beautiful reality. So let's move into that and remember that. Get out of the old loop. If you've already received that, you don't need to keep hearing it from me anymore. The highest possibilities for the next lunar cycle would be then start dancing, start celebrating. Gather your friends, your people, whether it's in person, virtually, astrologically, spiritually, astral travel-y. Is that a word? Astral travel-y? Meet your friends in astral travel space. I just had that happen. Oh my God, it was so beautiful. A friend of mine who committed suicide, it was the most beautiful dream I just had over the weekend. And he just was in my dream, and we were hanging out at some field, at some gathering, talking, and he just said as clear as could be, like, I am home. I am home. And what I knew he was saying to me is, I'm back where I originated from. I completed the whole experience of Earth and humanity, and I'm back now where my soul originated, and I'm home. That was it. But I'm fully aware that we can communicate in these ways, that it doesn't have to be, I'm physically next to you and we're both holding tambourines and I can hear yours and you can hear mine and we can see each other. And so it's a real party because we're here in a real party together. Yay! That is not where humanity is headed. Not at all. And it may be part of the human experience. I'm sure it will be that we're going to have festivals and parties and gatherings and lots of people in the same physical space, and that'll continue for a long time. And Pluto in Aquarius next year is opening up this realm of, it's not just physical, it's the unseen energy field of information. So I can feel the archangels standing around me in this room, dancing, playing, singing, sending you all this love through this message that I'm sharing with you. And they're like, ah! And I don't have to see them to believe that it's real. I feel it. That's the highest potential for this next lunar cycle is, can you trust that there are unseen realms everywhere within this human experience? And they're all happening simultaneously. And so you can be here in a human body, making a video, seeing my cat, eating food, talking, doing things, and at the same time, multidimensional energy, beauty, love, romance is all around you. So I'll leave it there. I'm going to create an extended and see what messages come through beyond this one. That was already a powerful, beautiful one. And then I will make a meditation. So if any of that resonates, you can find the links at the end of the video and in the description. But it is just such a gift to be alive at this time on our planet. And my hope is that is what you receive the most of in this message is enjoy the fact that you're here. Live it. Like, let it flow through you, out from you, into you, all around you. May your new moon in Leo just be filled with joy.